Hello, and welcome to Coffee with the Counselors. My name is Susie Riggle, and I'm the College and Career Counselor here at Spanish River High School. For today's topic, we will be discussing college and career readiness, as well as the dual enrollment process for those students who are ready to begin taking college classes while still enrolled at Spanish River. So, when we meet with students, we talk a lot about different post high school graduation options. Of course, for a lot of our students, this means going to college right after graduation, whether they are attending a 2 year college or a 4 year university. A lot of our students are also considering joining the military after graduation. So, we're always happy to talk about different branches and different options that are available to them. And then, of course, a lot of students want to go straight into the workforce and get a job after graduation. For those students who are interested in joining the military, a helpful site to check out is usa.gov/join-military. Here you can find a lot of information about the different military branches, as well as get connected with recruiters to get more information. Spanish River does work closely with a lot of our local recruiters as well. So if your student has an interest in a particular branch, please feel free to reach out and we can put them in touch with those recruiters. They do frequently visit Spanish River and hold information sessions or meet with students, so we can always arrange that as well. If your student does want to join the military, we would encourage them to take the ASVAB exam. This is the Armed Services Vocational Aptitude Battery, and it is a multiple aptitude battery that measures developed abilities and helps predict future academic and occupational success in the military. Of course, this can be used for students who don't have an interest in joining the military as well. It's a great test to take for students to explore their options, really. It can help them see what careers they might be good at or what careers they might be interested in and help them even determine what they might want to major in when they go to college. So it's really a great tool for any student out there. We do offer it at least once a year at Spanish River. The next exam will be given in January. So if your student is interested in taking that, please feel free to reach out to me or your student's school counselor, and we can make sure that they are registered and ready to take that test. For those students who want to go straight to college after graduation, we like for them to consider their why and know why they want to go to college. Of course, college is great because it furthers their education. Having a higher education can open a lot of doors and give students a lot of opportunities for their future. It's also a great time to help them build their skill sets and really prepare them for the job market upon graduation. College is also a great time to explore different interests and try different majors, take different classes, and really figure out where their passions are, what they want to do with the rest of their life. So, what does it take to get into college? A lot of our students now are choosing to stay in state, and a lot of this has to do with tuition prices, especially with the Bright Future Scholarship. A lot of our students are earning either a free or mostly free college education, especially those students who are earning their ACE diploma and earning 100% paid tuition at Florida public schools. So because of that, because we are seeing a lot of students stay in state, for this presentation, we'll focus a lot on the Florida public universities. Of course, this information is also available for students who want to go to private schools or want to go out of state for college. And I'm happy to go over that information individually as well, too. But for this presentation, we'll look a lot at the Florida public universities. So this chart on the screen shows what the average HPA and test scores were for each of the Florida public schools based off of their freshman class of this year. We do update this information year to year as well. So the chart shows the 50% middle range. So it is by no means a requirement to have these grades or these test scores, but it's a good guideline for students. But again, it is a 50% middle range. So 25% of the students admitted to each of these schools had below these numbers and 25% admitted had above these numbers. But again, it's a good guideline for students of any age, really. For our juniors and seniors, this chart is great when they are trying to decide where they want to apply. So it can be used to determine which schools might be a good fit for them based off their own HPA or their own test scores. It can help them see what schools might be a bit of a reach for them and what schools might be a safety school for them. And we would encourage students to apply to a variety of schools based off of those numbers. For those students that are even freshmen or sophomores, this chart can be used to help them set goals for themselves. So, for instance, if a student knows that UCF is their dream school, they know exactly what HPA they should be aiming for. And then when they're ready to start taking those college entrance exams, they know what test scores they should be aiming for as well. For students applying to college, they should have college ready test scores available. The SAT is available to students to take. There is a reading and a math section for that one. The ACT is another option. This has the reading and the math and also a science section as well. That science section will be optional though moving forward. And then for those students interested in staying in state, the CLT is offered and it's accepted by the Florida Public Schools. And this exam has a reading and a math section. So we really encourage students to begin studying for these exams before they take that. They should begin studying at least by junior year and be ready to start taking these tests. If your student is working on raising their test scores, there are a lot of resources available for them. A lot of information is available online and free of charge as well. If your student is trying to take the SAT or trying to improve those test scores, we would encourage them to check out Khan Academy. You can link to that through their students' College Board accounts, and it can be helpful because they can look at their PSAT scores or their current SAT scores and get personalized test prep to try to build on those weaker areas. The ACT has a lot of resources available on their website as well. They can get full-length practice tests and information there. And the CLT website also has practice tests and test prep available on their website for students. Of course, there are a lot of tutors, including some teachers on campus, or small group classes available in the community, or one-on-one tutors available in the community. If you are looking for any of that information, please feel free to reach out to us and we can provide you that as well. So, of course, when it comes to college applications, it's more than just the academics. Those grades and test scores are, of course, very important, but a college resume is also important as well. So we encourage students to get involved on campus and in their communities really from day one of ninth grade and start building that resume. When a student is building their resume or writing their resume, they can include anything they've done outside of the classroom. Some popular things are summer programs. So a lot of students will attend summer programs at universities and get some experience on campus. That's a great thing to put on a resume. Other things like internships or job experience, work experience can also be included on a resume. Community service is also great and something that all of our students should have to add to their resume. And then, of course, involvement on campus, whether it's through clubs or through honor societies, that can always be added as well. And then other things in the community like playing sports or being involved other ways in the community as well. What colleges really love to see is that students were well-rounded, they pursued their interests, and that they got involved. They love to see that students were leaders and held leadership positions or had responsibilities within each of these commitments as well. So next we'll talk about dual enrollment. Students can begin taking college classes while in high school after their freshman year. These classes that they take at the colleges will count towards their high school transcript, and it will also begin their college transcript. So because of that, we want to really make sure that students are prepared and ready to take these classes because those grades will follow them not only in high school, but also to college. Courses can be taken during the fall, the spring, or the summer, and you can take 1 or 2 classes each semester. During students that are in 11th and 12th grade, they can also have this incorporated into their class schedule, and it can replace one of their electives as well. So our students are able to take dual enrollment classes either at Palm Beach State College or Florida Atlantic University, both are local. In order to qualify for dual enrollment, they do have to meet certain requirements. So step 1 of the dual enrollment process is to meet those eligibility requirements. Students do have to have earned 4 high school credits. This must include 1 language arts class and 1 math class. So that's why most students are eligible to begin after freshman year. Students also have to earn a certain unweighted high school GPA. For 9th graders, they have to have at least a 3.5 GPA. For students in grades 10 through 12, they have to have at least a 3.0. And for our seniors who want to apply and do early admissions at Palm Beach State, which is taking full-time dual enrollment classes and not attending classes at Spanish River during their senior year, they would need at least a 3.2 GPA. And then students do need particular college-ready test scores in reading, writing, and math. And on one of the next slides, we will go over the particular scores they do need. Step two is to apply for admissions. There is an application that they will complete online, and they also will have to complete an online orientation. The next step is that they have to submit required documents, including their college-ready test scores, a dual enrollment authorization form, and a GPA verification or a transcript. To get this authorization form and their transcript, they will need to have that signed off by a school counselor. So I'd recommend that a student either email or stop in to see their school counselor to have them sign off on those forms. Oftentimes, students can just email their counselor and tell them which classes they want to take and which campus they would like to apply to, either Palm Beach State or FAU, and their counselor can then provide them with that signed form. It is then the student's responsibility to submit those documents to either Palm Beach State or FAU for processing. And then the last step would be to actually register for classes. So this chart shows the qualifying test scores that students would need in order to qualify for dual enrollment at Palm Beach State or FAU. Students can take the SAT or the PSAT or the ACT. And for those students who don't have those test scores yet, they can take the PERT test or the AccuPlacer, which is available to take on the college campuses in their testing centers. Another option available to students is UF dual enrollment. The requirements are a little different for UF. You do have to be either a high school junior or senior and have a cumulative unweighted high school GPA of a 3.6 or higher. You also need either an SAT of 1100, a PSAT of 1130, an ACT of a 22, or a CLT of a 72. Students can apply online, and then it will ask their counselor to sign them off on that and give their approval. These are the websites for each of the schools, Palm Beach State, FAU, and UF. If you would like more information or if you would like to begin that application process, you can click these links and it will take you to those sites. And of course, you can always reach out to your school counselor or to me if you would like more information or help with that dual enrollment process. So regardless of what option your student chooses post-graduation, we really want to make sure that we are setting student expectations and that encouraging students to do what is best for them. It's important to set realistic goals and realistic ideas for both parents and students. And it's also important to be mindful that the pursuit of any of these future goals can be very stressful. It can be college applications, especially, can be a very stressful process. And please keep in mind that all colleges and all students are unique and they'll have individual needs and individual wants. And really, it's about finding what is the best fit for that individual student. What's right for one student might not be the best idea for another student. So again, every student is different and there really is a good fit for each student. We're really all about encouraging students to find out what is the best end goal for them. So that is our end of our presentation. Thank you for watching, and please feel free to reach out to the school counseling department if you do have any questions or need any help with any of the things we have discussed today. Thank you.